Hello, comrades. Welcome back to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Over the Potato. Righty ho. Okay, so last episode and the episode before have actually been really good for a whole variety of reasons. We're now hitting our stride in terms of tourists, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, it's so good to see, isn't it? 329 tourists in the Disneylandovsk Leningradsky Hotel, which is just bananas. Of course, there is this still ever-evolving problem with regards to our finances. We are overdue on 140,000 rubles worth of loans. Good to see. It's because we've taken out a lot of short-term loans. It's nothing to do with the fact that we've taken out too many loans. No, on the contrary, everything is fine. Nothing to worry about, nothing to see here. Please move right along. Please move right along. Anyway, ooh, look at this. Look at this. It's a blooming good thing that I checked up on the Turistovsky accounting office. There are 2 adults that are still living with their parents, which to me signifies that we should indeed at least try and zone one more big old house. What are we going to be doing over the course of this episode? It's a great question. I'm really hoping that we can get Aluminov up and running. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but we'll just have to wait and see. Is this going to squeeze in here? I feel like there might be. I feel like there might be a road connection just waiting to happen. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There absolutely is. Wonderful. Okay. And then let's get all of that connected up. We'll just use you know, dirt pads or whatever. That's not necessarily a problem. Right, so our rubles are kind of very important. Kind of very important for, you know, buying in food. So I'm a little bit worried. Actually, I tell you what, Turistovsky Shopping Center, which is probably the busiest shopping center on the map, does use dollars. So there you go. Also, we should maybe not be purchasing electronics. I know that I left it on initially, but, you know, let's absolutely correct that error. I'm pretty sure we're using rubles elsewhere at every other shopping center, which is just something that we need to keep in mind. Basically, because, of course, we're out of rubles, and when we're out of rubles, then people can't eat, and when people can't eat, well, they do seem to get rather complainy for some obscene reason or another. I don't really know. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do to try and rectify this. Oh my goodness gracious me. Yeah, we're gonna take out a 6.5. We're gonna take out a 6.5% loan. 5 years, 2 million rubles. Honestly, I kind of need it just to give me this this breathing time that I'm so desperately after at this point, so that I can just get everything sort of fixed up over the next wee while. I'm pretty sure that we're almost there with regards to dollars. We are so close to paying off a whole bunch of these loans. We've only got 556,000 outstanding, and we are making a obscene amount of money from tourists. Now, also, if I uncheck this as a waiting point, will that fix our problems? There was a good couple of suggestions in the comments with regards to unchecking this box here. I'm not actually convinced that it's going to make that much of a difference. But if it does, then that's excellent. Of course, we do want to try and force the tourists to go to Disneylandovsk bus platform so that they can be bussed into town and therefore just live happy and productive lives through all of the attractions that we have ever so lovingly placed down throughout Disneylandovsk. Anyway, yeah, that's something that we do need to consider, but it's fine. We should also maybe untick tourists can go here, untick tourists can go there as well. Instead, again, forcing them really to go to the Disneylandovsk bus platform. Let's also untick the train platform. Yeah, okay, fine. I'm not really convinced that that's going to make a huge difference, but, you know, it's at least worth a crack, isn't it? Okay, so we did get the hospital down. We're gonna have to reroute the rail, and I actually sincerely hope, I really do sincerely believe that this is the episode that we are gonna be able to get. We're gonna be able to get this bridge completely finished. I don't really have an issue with building the rest of the track with rubles, but I would really love to get the bridge finished. That would be ever so sweet. That would be really great if we could do that. Also, with regards to attractions, I don't really think that we need many more attractions over here. I think that this is fine as long as we're able to get, you know, the regular shuttle bus between between the two different places, between the two different points, then we will be just fine. Also, with regards to the Disneylandovsk Leningradskia Hotel, there was a lot of suggestion in the comments that I should ditch them. And to be honest, I am still considering just, you know, taking the loss and just abandoning construction on both of them. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to keep them around for now, and maybe even at some point in the future restart construction. Sounds a little bit crazy, but I mean, what's the downside, right? I mean, the downside is that we've got a little bit less space to play with around here. But I think that that's completely fine, and I'm very, very okay having a little bit less space. Also, how long have these tourists been waiting on the bus platform? Probably a fairly significant period of time, I would say. What the heck? What? You didn't pick up... You didn't pick up, You didn't pick up tourists. No, go back. Go back. Oh, wait, hold on. This is the customs house. Yeah, this is the customs house bus. Why did you not pick up any tourists? Do no tourists seriously want to go home? I guess not. Alright, well, that's fine. We're probably going to need to increase the shuttle services, to be honest, on the Turistovsky to Disneylandovsk bus route. So let's do that, I guess. Let's spend 1, 2, 3, 4 lots of money on buses, and then let's get this implemented. Okay, so we do have to bear in mind it is going to be winter shortly. I sincerely hope that this is going to be the first winter where I'm not going to have to deal with either a mass exodus or a mass extinction level event. Sincerely, I do hope that that is the case. So we've got that to look forward to. I'm going to go and check on Aluminov in just a second. I'm pretty certain that there's been some pretty big improvements, so I'm looking forward to checking up on that. But everything here looks fine. 312 freaking tourists. The only problem is that there is not a church around. There's not even a church in Disneylandovsk, to be honest. I mean, we could build a church. We can build a church through the use of the cheat menu, but you know, that's for later. We don't need to worry about that. We don't need to worry about that now. Okay, this area is looking good. We got plenty of coal. That's wonderful. We are starting to work on the second coal ore processing area, which is lovely. But this is not the focus. This is not the focus of my attention. Not at this moment in time. Man, look at how terrible all of this cabling looks. Right, so in Aluminov, we've actually completed the... We need to turn this all off here. We've actually completed the medium train station. Kind of to be expected there. Absolutely okay. That's the village house. I wanted to click on the hospital. Thank you. The hospital, remarkably, still has qualified doctors, which is surprising, but honestly, kind of great news. Fire station is looking good too. Let's actually reduce the number of people that we have in the fire station there. The heating plant is looking marvelous, and oh my goodness gracious me, this is surprising. Yeah. Did not really anticipate that we would be as advanced as apparently we are in construction of Bolshoi Alamon. This is nice here. Okay, let me have a little think about this. So we obviously have Stalnoy over there. Where's the nearest border town? Oh man, yeah. So this is the problem. This is the problem with Aluminov. It is slap bang. It is slap bang in the middle of the map, which means that if we did want to find the closest border town, it would probably be along this road, which is fine. It's fine, because I'm just thinking, is there any chance that we can start exporting raw bauxite right now? I mean, processed bauxite will obviously yield far higher rewards. But even if we could just start taking the... If we could just start taking the excess bauxite and just moving it to the border and just selling it, then at least we'll be able to get a few extra dollars instead of this entire area just basically sitting empty for, you know, however long. So that's probably what we're gonna want to do, I imagine. Let me see if we can try and get an excavator. Okay, we don't even need workers to get this area up and running. That's really quite good to know, actually. There is the gas station over there, so all of the trucks are going to have to go and fill up, which is going to take about 25 years. But that's fine. That's completely fine. Okay, let's buy an excavator for, like, every one of these areas. There's also no power, which means that all of the conveyors are probably going to be a little bit borked, at least temporarily. But that's fine. Okay. There we go. I don't really want to roll out more than one excavator to each and every mine. In fact, I feel like even this is a little bit excessive, right? I feel like it probably is. Either way, there's a good opportunity to make a sweet little bit of cash on the side here. So, now we have output storage. And then we have input to the bauxite processing. Now, clearly in my previous planning, I didn't really account for the fact that I would need to have a storage facility here, which is not necessarily the end of the world. Storage facilities can be overrated, but you know, obviously, I think we need one. I think we need one, especially if we're going to be having this sort of like middle setup. This middle setup that's going to allow us to transport stuff to the border whilst we're waiting for all of the other constructions to complete. So let's zone that. Yep. Let's zone building in the way. Video game, you just told me that was allowed. Okay, you know what? Let's go for a small aggregate storage. We don't need a big aggregate storage anyway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It's going to be a little bit more complicated on the output, but, I mean, let's not worry about that. Okay, so this comes up over here. Very, very importantly, we need to have a three-way splitter. Also, are we in dollar debt? We're a little bit overdue. But, you know, let's not worry about that too much at this moment in time. Let's just pretend like everything is okay. And just continue into the future. Lovely. Love to see it. Okay. Right, so we need some modded conveyors. Brilliant. We will nab this one, which is my new favorite type of conveyor. Sincerely, it is. It's brilliant. Okay, so we want it to go down right about there. Cool. And then keep it coming. Excellent. And excellent. Okay, that is good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a conveyor output, or a conveyor truck aggregate loading. In fact, maybe even two, but we can worry about that later. Either way, if we get all this up and running, it means that we should theoretically be able to export all of the stuff that's coming out of here into the small aggregate storage, the raw bauxite, I mean by stuff, and then from there we're going to be able to stick it onto the truck loading. Now, it's going to take a tremendous number of trucks to move all of this to the border. So, therefore, I am highly doubtful that I'm going to make a very swift return on this. In fact, it could be a fairly significantly long period of time. It very well could be. However, we do have a good couple of trucks sitting around that are probably able and willing to carry the bauxite to the border. Because we certainly cannot produce these MAZ 530 trucks anymore, which is deeply frustrating. And I definitely want to get a vehicle assembly building to try and make these trucks, because they are just so good. Like, so good. Like, just the best. Right, we are straight up out of dollars, aren't we? Yeah, I mean, if I don't take out another dollar loan, then we are going to be faced with almost certain bankruptcy. Or not even necessarily bankruptcy, but just certain members of the population are going to get really irritated with me. Right, so let's take out a $500,000 loan. That'll probably be fine. That'll keep us good for a while, and hopefully going to allow us to make a little bit of progress over here on this front. Right, let's crank up the number of people that can work here. And let's also get some footpath connections over here. That's what's so great, right? That's what's so great about these conveyors, is that you literally just need footpath connections. It really is incredible. There we go. And one more. I suppose I should also probably do the... Oh, I can't increase the number of people that are going to be working on the conveyors. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Okay, so this is looking real good. Very, very happy with this. We should probably look to upgrade this road so that it's not just total garbage, as it is at the moment. Yeah, I don't know how complicated it's going to be for the game to actually upgrade this road, but let's give it a crack, shall we? Yeah. Okay, I mean, I don't really love this, but it's kind of necessary. It's the only way of doing it. It's the only way of doing it without completely torpedoing this through road as it is here at the moment. And I kind of figure that maybe it'll provide the truck something to do, because there's there's a lot of gravel supply locally. It's all stored here, so we'll probably be fine. It'll probably be a fairly easy project. Famous last words, etc. But it hopefully shouldn't really slow down the speed of construction too much. Okay, 10.5 tons. 10.5 tons of raw bauxite is very, very nice indeed. Of course, there is no power here, so we should not expect any bauxite to actually move out of anywhere. Not at all. Okay, is this connected up? Yes, this is connected up. Increase that. That's looking fine too. Okay, theoretically, we can actually start loading up the raw bauxite straight from the small aggregate storage. A fire was extinguished. It was at Krudnovsky Kindergarten. Oh my giddy aunt. This town is cursed. I tell you, this town is freaking cursed. It's so cursed. It's just so cursed. It's just so cursed. Is it to do with, like, life expectancy? Average lifespan? 52 years old? It's probably got something to do with the fact that lifespan is basically non-existent. 65 over here? Practically luxurious old age. Yeah. We also need more oil, just in general. We definitely need more oil, just in general. Okay, so we're already drawing from that source. There is a source over here, which I have talked about before. I kind of think that maybe now is the time that we just plonk a couple down. There we go. We don't necessarily need to build them right now, but at least if we get them down, then... There we go. Oh, it's not a huge source. It's not a huge source. No, it's a small one. It's definitely a small one. But I guess that's kind of to be expected. I guess that's kind of to be expected. Okay. So, something like this. Tighten up the curves here. Yep. Wonderful. Wonderful. It's not gonna look pretty. It's not gonna look pretty, but it is absolutely categorically gonna be worth it. Let's get road coming down here. And we'll get a substation. One substation right in the middle here. What was that? I saw something. Last chance to buy. Absolutely A-okay with me. Okay, you know what? I think we're just gonna build this. I take out a loan and suddenly, like, I'm supremely confident that I'm gonna have money forever. It's the orbital potato way. Look at that. We've already burnt through about 1 million rubles over the course of this episode already. That is scary. That is not a good policy. I have a terrifically bad ruble spending policy. Okay. Let's nab one of these. Oof, but where? But where? One here, for sure. Yeah, that's excellent. How many can we get away with here? Probably just one more? Yeah, alright. Okay. So a couple of the pipes I will leave in place. But the other ones I will draw manually. Cool. Alright, 68,000 rubles. Hate to see it, but I'll do it nonetheless. It's the right thing to do. More oil, the merrier. The merrier I am, that is. Okay, and then we'll see how far we can go without... Is it 500 meters or is it 400 meters? It's 350 meters. It's 336 meters. That's abysmal, actually. Okay, so where do we need to connect up to? Actually, just needs to be... Oh, we're gonna need to redo... Actually, I guess we could go straight into this... I guess we could go straight into the oil refinery. It wouldn't exactly be, you know, I guess, considered very good practice. But it could be done. And if we're trying to keep costs low, which apparently I'm trying to do, then it would make sense. It would very, very much make sense to try and make the shortest route possible happen here. Too long? Really, 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 video game. Okay, thankfully, we're able to make it ever so slightly more direct, which is kind of crazy, but whatever. Overlaps with existing construction. Now this is going to be a big old pain in the backside. There is no way. There's no way that we make it. It's too long. It's too long by, like, meters as well. Okay, you know what? I think that we accept... No. Oh, my God. I think it's fine. I think we just accept the fact that that we're going to have to squeeze in a new pumping station over here. It doesn't even necessarily need to be a big pumping station. It could be a little pumping station. In fact, that's what we should be using. That's what we should be using. Let's actually scrap that again. That's what we should be using over here. We have a modded we have a modded oil pumping station, and there is absolutely no reason why we can't be using it pretty much everywhere. Okay. The reason, by the way, that I am so happy to spend on oil when I'm not super happy to spend on other stuff is because you just know, right? You just know. You just know that oil is going to give you a good return on your investment. It's true. You just know. You just know. Okay. Bring that right up to the very edge. Right up to the very edge of the substation thing. There we go. And then forwarding pumps from here. We'll see how far it goes. Okay, good. That's very, very okay. Excellent. And back to the pipes. Wonderful. Alright, then we go up. Overlaps with existing construction. Now, I understand the concept. I just disagree with the assessment. If we have to make a pipe maneuver like that, then we have to make a pipe maneuver like that. Alright, one last forwarding pump. Okay, so at the end of the day, we actually need to stick down one substation, which is kind of nice. It's actually really, really good. Okay, some other infrastructure's in the way. I find it difficult to believe that it's impossible to get over that pipe. There we go, 128,000 rubles, not to mention all of the 2,000 ruble forwarding pumps. But 2,000 rubles is not that much for a forwarding pump. Actually, very, very, very okay with the amount of money that I'm spending on this entire project. Yeah, very, very, very okay. Okay, good stuff. And substation, we're going to need to build. Going to need a few other pipes over here. Probably going to end up totaling a little bit more than what I originally anticipated, but at the end of the day, if it gives us extra oil, then, you know, you can't really complain. Now, this pump does not have power. Does it? I think it's that pump that doesn't have power. This pump has got power. Not sending the resource. This one definitely has power too. Yeah. This one has power. This one has power. Yep, so what's the issue? There should be no issues here. I'm pretty sure this one doesn't have power. It doesn't show that it doesn't have power, but it categorically doesn't. Okay. Okay, there's a building on fire. I will actually try and fix that. There we go. We will do that. Cool. All right, and there we go. We've got a good amount of oil. Right, so this is not really going to make a tremendous difference to the amount of oil that we have coming in here. It's a very, very small source that we just put down, or we just started to utilize. City Hotel number 3. This is not a problem to put out, and actually, in fact, we should be able to get that fire extinguished very, very quickly. Yeah, I don't think that there were any casualties there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. They've lost it. They've lost it. I don't really know what's happening here. Is it something to do with the train? This is a problem. And also a bug. Oh, yeah, okay, well. Can I reassign them to another fire station then, perhaps? Will that make a difference? Nope. Nope, that has made no difference whatsoever. Start or end building is not connected with road. I can't delete infrastructure from this area because it's moving. Delete the road, perhaps? Delete the road and then reconnect the roads. Rebuild the road and then reconnect the footpath? Does that make a difference? No, now they're driving... Oh, God. Now they're... I think it's actually to do with the crossing, to be honest. That's what I want to wager. I reckon it's to do with the crossing over here. Let's delete this... There we go. Delete that crossing over there. And instead... build another bit of roads? Any joy? Nope. None at all. Okay. Alright. It's okay. We're not out of options quite yet. We still have one more option. And that option is to do this. In fact, this is probably totally fine. Like, we can allow this to just exist. And we're going to need to reconnect the wire, which I stupidly disconnected. But apart from that, no issues there at all, really. Then let's build this road and see if that fixes the problem. It fixes the problem of one. The one that I changed depots for. Okay, good. So we have a route out of this. Let's pause, reassign you to that depot. And then reassign you to... this depot too. There we go. Okay. Does that fix it? It fixes it. It fixes it. Then we send them back. Then we send them back. Right. That was really, really weird. Don't understand why that happened, but it did. So there we go. At least we fixed things now. Hopefully that won't happen again. Otherwise, we're gonna be in trouble. We're gonna be in more trouble than we already are in. Right, how many tourists are we able to support here? A lot of tourists. Loads and loads and loads of tourists. Actually, speaking of tourists, how are we doing? How are we doing in terms of producing the tourists' food? Not badly. Not badly. We got a decent amount of crops. That's real good. That is real good. Very, very, very happy with that, actually. Are we still... Yep, we're still yoinking out a huge amount of food, which is just brilliant. We're still seemingly buying crops in from the border. Yeah, we're still buying crops in from the border, which is a little bit disconcerting, but also, I mean, there's not much that we can really do about it. We just have to knuckle down and get through. It is winter. Winter is coming up soon. We got to keep a very, very close eye on our population stats. I'm terrified. It's going to be really awful this winter, I suspect. Not because I've done anything wrong, or intentionally wrong, I'll say. But just because I think all winters are rough, you know? Every single winter in my Soviet Republic just seems to be worse than the last one. If that was even possible, eh? Okay. Bitumen, we are super good on bitumen. And in fact, I would really anticipate, I would really, really, really anticipate that we're going to be good on bitumen over here too. We could be doing a little bit better. We also could be doing a little bit better in terms of fuel as well. How many bitumen trucks do we have? 3. We got 3 bitumen trucks. Yeah. We need to be exporting. We need to be exporting more fuel. Hence why I'm very, very keen to get more oil into the system as well. Doesn't look like the changes that I've made are altogether too beneficial. Can we have some babies? Can we have some babies in Krudenovsky, please? I would dearly love to have a positive birth rate. That would be excellent. That would be really, really good. I tell you what, if anywhere needs a city hall / accounting office, it's probably here. Kolovskaysky conveyor road crossing. That is very, very, very extinguishable, and I do indeed hope that that will be done immediately. Thank you very much. Excellent. No? Yes. Fire truck is here. Excellent, excellent, excellent stuff. Right. This is all going well. That's fine. It's taking a little bit of time. There we go. The fire has been extinguished. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Love to see it. Okay. Dollar loans? Come on. Just get everything paid off, please. Just get everything paid off. 700,000 outstanding dollar loans. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's getting spicy. It's getting real spicy. Speaking of spicy, video game, why'd you keep juttering? Looks like, by the way, we are in a wonderful place with regards to the bridge. The bridge has indeed been completely finished. I'm just now realizing maybe completing the dual tracking setup is not really what we want to do today. Not for any specific reason other than, you know, if we do want to complete the dual track run, then we're only going to benefit from it if we buy some more trains. Buying more trains will cost us money, and therein lies the crux of the problem. Therein lies the crux of the problem. Okay. How are our passenger ships doing? I think they're actually doing completely fine. I think that we can be very, very happy with how our passenger services are doing. I think everything is actually running very, very well. It's just that we're losing, you know, a pretty considerable chunk of change. A pretty considerable chunk of change. I wonder if we've got anything else that we can just sort of sneakily export. I don't mean, you know, like smuggle out the country, so to speak, but maybe smuggling stuff out the country is our only option. You never know. How are things coming on in Aluminov? Disappointingly slowly, actually. Disappointingly slowly. Kind of anticipated a little bit of progress here, to be honest with you. Yeah, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna live dangerously. Let's fund these 2 conveyors, and then let's also fund the construction of this small aggregate storage. Now, this entire area is without power, which I am abundantly aware is bad. We need to get that fixed. Only issue is, do we have... I straight up do not think that we do. We do not have... We have a free slot over here. I wonder if we just drag a cable from Stalnoy. Oh, this is going to be, like, the most overcapacity substation in the history of the world. Apparently, it totally isn't. Okay, you know what? Because of that, maybe I feel completely fine just taking a massive cable to Stalnoy here. How much is that going to cost me? 34,000 rubles? Plus a little bit extra? Plus basically double? Alright, you know what? Let's do it. Let's fund it. Let's fund it. Let's do it. And so that should mean that we're going to start very, very rapidly accumulating a huge amount of raw bauxite at the Bolshoi Alamon aggregate storage here, which is both good and bad because it forces us into action. Now. Do we have a couple of Maz trucks? We have a couple of volunteer Maz trucks who are going to be reassigned from construction duty. In fact, let me just go and select them through here. If I know, I should select them through this interface. Otherwise, they're going to end up messing up, and we're not going to be able to get it functioning. Because if I was to take Maz trucks that are currently engaged in gravel delivery or something, then that might cause problems. Either way, let's get all of these trucks moved over to the vehicles depot. There we go. We are at 2 times speed right now. How are the population stats looking? Okay, debts are a little bit high. Last month, debts were okay. Debts were okay. That's completely fine. We do need to keep an eye on things. We definitely do need to keep an eye on things. If there is an uptick, a sudden uptick, then we will have to address that. I mean, where on earth we're supposed to find out where people are dying? It'd be nice if I had like a, there's not a death interface, is there? Citizens, no. Citizens current location, no. Unfortunately, there is no dead people interface, which is deeply frustrating. Deeply frustrating. Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on the death stats. Keep an eye on the death stats. We'll see what the heck happens there. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Wait until loaded. Load up 100% of anything, and then we want to head out to this place, right? I think it's this one. Pretty sure it's this one. Let's trace this road back. Yep. It's this one. Okay. So, this is gonna be... not actually convinced that this is gonna manage to turn a fantastic profit, but I mean, if we've got the trucks, right? If we've got the trucks, what's the harm from trying? My issue is probably going to be fuel, and the amount of fuel that it ends up costing us to do something like this. Plus, the worst aspect of the whole darn thing is that we're not even going to be gaining rubles, right? Like we are in need of rubles right now. And rubles, we do not have. We are trying. We are trying to build as many things as we possibly can at the same time. And, that has a definite downside, for sure. For sure that has a definite downside. However, that being said, we're kind of pulling it off. There's a lot of money involved in a lot of constructions. But we're building a load of things at the same time. I mean, look at this. The iron mine over here. Oh, what a wasted bus trip, eh? Takes about 10 years to actually get up to the top of the hill at Iron Excavia. Look, I'm not necessarily against what the heck is happening here. But all I'm saying is that we're stretched very thin. There's a lot of projects. There's a lot of projects that we have ongoing at this moment in time that I'm a little bit worried about. We got a lot of stuff happening. Either way, I want to see what happens with these trucks. I want to see how much money we're actually going to be able to make when we fully load them and take them to the border. Okay, but financially, 13 million rubles in debt. 13 million rubles in debt. I just don't believe it. I just do not believe it. It's so many rubles. We are... Okay, you know what? I want to consolidate down to one singular loan. Let's see if we can pay this off. There we go. Pay that one off. Pay that one off. That one is basically paid off too. That one is paid off. Are we gonna... Okay, we're gonna pay off every single dollar loan with the exception of one. Does that actually allow us to take out a... We could take out a shorter loan. We could take out a shorter loan in order to pay back this longer term loan. But I still don't think that we're going to be able to raise $500,000 in 0.5 years. Although, actually, tell you what, if we have a little look at our stats here. Last month, we made 126K. This year, we've made a massive loss. But I don't necessarily think that that's too much of a problem. What the heck is happening with that tractor over there? That's ridiculous. Okay, you know what? Let's see if we can try and do some financial shenanigans here. All right, pay all this off. Cool. And that leaves us with one outstanding $500,000 loan at a 3.2% rate of interest. Rubles, on the other hand, remain highly problematic. Highly, highly, highly problematic. The reason that rubles are highly problematic is because we have way less of them. The rate of interest is climbing steeply. I mean, 6.2? 6.2 for 5 years? That's 0.3% better than what I was being offered. I tell you what, you know what? I joke, but there are a lot of loans that are about to come up here. Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Let's pay off this one. Let's pay off this one. There we go. And that allows us to take another 2 million loan at a 6.2% rate of interest as well, which is pretty incredible, if indeed I do say so myself. I mean, it's not as good as it could be. I mean, obviously I'd like a lower rate of interest, but you know, you can't really you know, look a gift horse in the face, I think is the expression there. Either way, we absolutely want to take that if it's offered to us, and I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Okay, our financial situation has been consolidated. Right. No fire trucks coming to deal with this fire. I am very, very skeptical. Really? And yet, temperature in building is too low. Wait, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I see. So the heating plant is not only on fire, it is where all the fire trucks are. Fine. Now the fire trucks should be able to head across there, and also the temperature across Disneyland Ovs will probably be completely fixed as well. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We got any tourists coming in? No, we have no tourists coming in at this time of year. Bit disappointing, to be honest. Does look like the tourists are having a whale of a time, though. Looks like tourists are having a whale of a time. Yep, with an average trip score of 1 and 1.1. Only 36 tourists died. Only 17 tourists died. Wow, that's remarkable. That is absolutely remarkable. Wowzers. There are too many people. There are too many people dying. Okay, last month deaths were less than births. That's good. This month deaths are a little bit on the high side. We don't really like that. We don't really like that at all, but that's okay. Tourists are still coming in thick and fast, and so therefore they're still going a substantial way to paying my bills, which is just incredible. We don't have any concrete over here, but we're working on it. We are just working on so many freaking construction projects at the same time. That's where all of our money's going, by the way. It's kind of scary, but also it's kind of good. Like, I really sincerely feel like we are getting on top of things. Also, here's what I'm gonna do. I know that I said that I was happy to build the railway with rubles. However, I think this might be better. Okay, let's queue up construction. There's no reason not to, I guess. Ditch that. Yeah, fine. Did I... Wait. Is that connected? Can't connect two different types of wires. Whoops. Ugh. Okay. I don't know how my bulldozer managed to reach behind and just destroy that cable there, but whatever. Right, get that reconnected, and then let's see if we can now... See if we can go past this... How is that possible? Too close to an intersection? It should not be too close to an intersection, video game. Let me tell you that. It should not be too close to an intersection. Sincerely disagree with this assessment. Sincerely disagree with this assessment. Okay. Ditch that. Yeah. Ditch that. If I have to redo this, then I have to redo this. I'm not redoing the track though. The track is gonna remain the same. We're gonna take this back a smidgen. And what about That. Yes. Okay. That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. And then we'll take this and merge it into this track there, and then this track will be brought up along the side here. Does that make sense? Let's try and not crash the game with this, because I know that the game can be a little bit pernickety with regards to how it connects tracks up. This is going to be an absolute disaster. It's going to be an absolute disaster. Mark my words. But we're going to give it a crack nonetheless, because why not, eh? Okay, then we need to reconnect this road over here. Yeah, my bad. Forgot about that for just a second. It's pretty important. It's pretty important that we have this as an asphalt road, but I don't think it's important that it's necessarily an asphalt road right now. You know? I think it can wait a little bit to be upgraded. I.e., I think that we can do it ourselves. There we go. Okay, so we'll use the cheap dirt roads for now. And then later on, we can upgrade this. We can upgrade this road and get it properly punched up, which is excellent. Okay. There we go. Here come the two rail building locomotives. Very, very nice indeed. Let's have a little look. How are we doing death-wise? Still a little bit higher than births, but not terrible. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's officially can cope with this situation here. That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Okay, snowplows. Snowplows leave a little to be desired, to be honest. Not really super happy with how that's all working out, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're making both ruble profit and also dollar profit. Man, you love to see it. You really, really do. One single outstanding $500,000 loan. That's just incredible, actually. That is just incredible. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that we are doing so well in terms of dollar loans and yet so poorly in terms of ruble loans. Boy, oh boy, that's incredible. Amount due in 30 days. Only 800,000 rubles. Only 800,000 rubles. Who'd have thunk it? Yeah, so here's the problem. Here's the problem with this whole shebang. It's just not gonna work, is it? It's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. There we go. Suspend construction of that. Right. Does that fix things? Does that fix things? What's the issue here? There should be no issue. But of course there absolutely is. This was such an ambitious project. And I don't even know how to bloomin' fix this. It should be fine, actually. Ah, there we go. Okay. It looks like... Oh, I guess maybe because there was a train active all the way down here. I guess this all counts as, like, the same block. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I think that's been fixed right now. Should be fine. Okay, Krudenovsky. Another fire in Krudenovsky. It's only the, what, 15th of the day? 15th of the day. There is a fuel truck that is driving right past the on-fire flat. So... And here comes another one as well. Excellent. Good stuff. Well, that's just great. Okay. Let's put the fire out. Let's get it extinguished. Yes, please. Thank you very much. We are missing... No resources, missing oil and power. Is power a big problem? Building is without a power supply? Please tell me that Kolovskaysky isn't letting the side down. Isn't letting the side down and is continually out of workers. I was really expecting better from the people of Kolovskaysky. There we go. Oh my goodness. I wonder, are we still able to... Yeah, we're still able to meet demand. It's not... It's kind of a little bit tight, actually. Yeah. Yeah, demand is in flux. Very much so. But it still looks fine. Still looks fine. Still dealable. Deal withable. Still possible for us to deal with the situation there. Okay. So that's good. How are things in Alamon? Yes, Bolshoi Alamon here. Okay. So, how many dollars? It's about 1,800. It's about $1,800 per 40 tons of raw bauxite. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's not necessarily the end of the world. It's just going to take, like, an exceedingly long time to actually drive to the border. And the worst part is that we're almost certainly going to run out of fuel along the way. And the even worse part is that we will have no ability to refuel the trucks along the way. The worst part is, or another bad part, is that we no longer have as many MAZ trucks to dedicate to construction. The good part is that we're going to be getting some money. The bad part is that it's, you know, yet again going to be dollars, and we don't need dollars. We're fine for dollars. Road construction went particularly well though, which is great. But we do not need any more dollars. Yeah, I almost feel like maybe it would have been a better investment if I was just to, you know, build a conveyor all the way to the edge of the map and then just export that way. But of course, again, I just need to, it's all temporary. It's all temporary, right? I mean, it's all temporary up until we're able to get, like, the very, very most basic level of processing up and running. And when we do have the most basic level of processing up and running, then we're immediately going to be able to add value. Okay, last month, deaths kind of skyrocketed a little bit. The only problem is that I really sincerely do not know where the heck that happened. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look... Yeah, there's something seriously bad happening. There is something seriously bad happening, and I have no idea where it is happening. And I would really rather not... Buildings without a power supply. Ah. This would explain. This would explain the situation. There we go. Okay. Good stuff. We burning? We're burning. We're burning, we're burning, we're burning. That is probably part of the problem. Yeah. And that's probably leading to a lot of people being hospitalized. Yeah, a lot of people being hospitalized. A lot of people dying. Is Disneylandovsk, probably a lot of tourists ended up dying. Yeah. Yeah. That's my bad. It's my bad. I'm sorry. All because of that flippin' cable. You know what the craziest thing is? They needed power. But do you really need power in order to burn coal? I sincerely don't think you do. But maybe that's just me. Okay, this is gonna get suspended as well. I mean, if it's gonna cause conflict, then it's gonna be suspended. We cannot afford to mess this up. We need continual delivery of workers to Disneylandovsk. Even if they are cold workers, that's still better than nothing. We have 300 that are still waiting at the platform over here. Oh, goodness gracious me. I'm nervous, right? I am very, very nervous about this. We're making money, but it's not enough to really, you know, just get across the line, get the loans paid off, etc. We need to just do a little bit better. I tell you what, maybe one place that we're going to be able to do a little bit better than I anticipate is Potatograd. How are we doing here? No trucks available for sowing. We still have a whole bunch of grain. We're still chowing through a lot of grain imports. That's fine. We got a lot of food that is ready in the export zone, ready to rock and roll. We're actually going to take a little bit to the customs house, which is going to give us ever so slightly a little injection of rubles, which is great. Man, it's just so blown out over winter, isn't it? It really is. Well, the good thing is that we're able to move all of our products over to the warehouse. Maybe we should consider selling some boats, actually. I wonder. How useful are these boats? This one's only got 10 tons of meat on board. How much would I sell the vehicle for? 56,000? It's just such a... It's such a meager amount. It's such a meager amount of money, you know? And pretty much every boat has got something on it. Every boat is moving something to the border, which does help. We're moving something to this cargo harbor, which absolutely does help because, you know, we still sell things from here. We still have there's a little, I think it's this depot. I think it's this depot that's, no, it's not this one. There's definitely a depot that sells at the customs house if we have too much of something. So if we have above 90% alcohol, food, or meats, then we do sell that at the border, which is fine, you know. That's kind of how it's supposed to be. How are our debts looking? Debts are still looking high. Yeah, debts are still looking very, very high. It's got to be something heating related. If it's that number of debts, then it's got to be something heating related. Should be fine over here. Fine over here. Missing staff. Missing staff. Also, it's bloomin' cold down here. Is there no heating connection over here? There is absolutely no heating connection over here. Well, that maybe in part explains why things are so unbelievably cold. Yeah, so we're, what, are we dropping people off and then people are immediately, like, going into freezing working conditions and then just dying? I think that might be kind of exactly what's happening here. Right. Am I able to get across? Am I able to get across the taxiway? I'm not. That's slightly problematic. Right, because this does need to get addressed, and it needs to get addressed pretty much right now. However, I'm fairly certain that I'm not going to be able to loop this around the airport over here, even with all of my tricks of overlaps with existing construction. That's fine. We'll find a way. Yeah, I mean, I know that these heat pipes can be long. I know they can be long. Too long, but not, yeah. So we get most of the way there. I wonder, what if I was just to place a heat exchanger, like, right over here? I think that's actually a pretty good workaround. It's not the most optimal way of doing things, but it's not bad. Okay. Right, so this is going to ensure that everyone is able to be nice and warm, and we're not going to be accidentally freezing people. Demolish that. Demolish that. Cool. It's gonna cost me a pretty penny as well, but I mean, my negligence always does seem to cost more than I anticipate. So there we go. Okay, it's gonna put a little bit of extra strain on the system, but I mean, it'll be worth it, I think, and we should have more than enough capacity in the heating plant to deal with all of this stuff anyway. So that's fine. Right, will that arrest the deaths? I don't think so. But it might go some of the way. There are too many connections. There are too many connections to this specific connection point over here. So presumably that means that stuff furthest away is going to get deprioritized a little bit. But it looks fine for the most part. Yeah, that looks okay. This area looks pretty much okay too. Yep, that looks good. Stalnoy? Krudenovsky? It's got to be a problem with Krudenovsky, right? No, surprisingly not. Krudenovsky is A-okay. Yep, okay. Krudenovsky's okay. What about Stalnoy? There's not really enough in Stalnoy, though. Bolshoi Alamon doesn't have any buildings that actually needs heat. So they're all self-heating, which is bad for pollution, but I mean, fine for now. And in fact, not even self-heating. We have a heating plant over here too, which I completely neglected to consider. We don't have any workers, which is a bit bad now that I think about it. That is indeed a little bit of a problem. Right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fix this up. Get that upgraded, and you know what? Let's get a technical services division down over here too, given that I don't have one. And then we're gonna get it to prioritize gravel roads, because we simply are not getting our workers through to this heating plant fast enough. And that means that people are going to school, people are going to kindergartens, and just freezing, which is a little bit less than ideal. So let's buy the super cheap snowplows. Yep. And prioritize gravel roads, and let's get to work. Let's get to work there. Hopefully, by the way, the minibuses should use the gravel road that I've newly just built. So that should be what's happening here. Right. What about in Stalnoy, and then we'll check on Potatograd just to make sure that everything's fine over there. It's actually fine over here too. Yep, we got plenty of heats in Potatograd. Yeah, things are good in Potatograd too. So what the bleeding heck is the issue then? What the heck is the issue? We're still seeing a couple of deaths. I don't know where. Is there like a temperature overlay? There's not a temperature overlay, is there? Citizens' living preference. Building properties. Interior. Oh. 3,000 meters. Okay, so as long as it's above 20 degrees, we're fine with this, right? Yeah, so this building is too cold here. Okay, decrease the number of people working in that building. Don't care about that. Oh. Flippin' heck. Really? Also, is that not within range of the... Is that not within range of the fire station? Apparently not. It might have been within range of the fire station, but it just wasn't possible to get there in time. Right. Unfortunately, that was a pretty key... It was a pretty key artery. So we're going to need to get that immediately fixed back up. Yeah. Oh, gosh. What started as a, you know, as a well-meaning attempt to save a whole bunch of money and in fact make more money through the use of oil, turned into a massive expense. Anyway, now that I've found this temperature overlay, this is helpful, but it doesn't actually really do what I want it to do. Heat water tank, yeah, I mean that's not really the matter. The issue is deaths, right? The issue is deaths. This should be increasing a little bit, but that's fine. 18 degrees Celsius is fine. 20 degrees Celsius, yeah, we're just getting the heat up over there, which is okay. Heat over here is completely fine. I mean, everything seems fine pretty much everywhere. It's fine over here. As long as the interior temperature is holding steady, then that's good. Yeah, so one building. I can't imagine that everyone was, you know, dying at that one building there. Looks fine here. This is Potatograd. A little bit dicey in this shopping center here. Little bit dicey at the school as well. It shouldn't be dicey though. It shouldn't be dicey at all. Yeah. It shouldn't be dicey at all. Temperature in building is still too low. But I don't know why more water isn't being allocated over here. 12 degrees Celsius. Is it just too far from the... Is it just too far from the heating connection? I don't think that should matter. As long as it's within range and we've got the water tank, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, alright. I see that there's a fire. I'm not happy about it, but it's fine. Alright, let me just quickly check on Stalnoy. Yeah, Stalnoy's looking fine too. Okay, that school might be our problem. That school might be our problem. Alright, I'm looking forward to getting into February so that we can just start afresh here. Storage yard, that is going to be a big problem if that ends up going down. Oh my goodness, it's just so blown out during winter. I just can't see what the bleeding heck is actually happening. Also have no idea where the fire truck is supposed to be coming from. Like, can we get intel on that fire truck, please? We have a fire station. Is it this one? It's this one. It's this fire station. Okay. Oh, but you know, we don't have anywhere near. We don't have anywhere near. In fact, we don't have any technical services. We have some technical services down here, but we don't have technical services over here. This might be a little bit too late, actually. This might be a little bit too late to save the yard. But the reason that I need it, the reason that I need the yard to survive is because we've invested a pretty significant number of resources into this yard already. I mean, you know, the amount of steel in there alone is many, many thousands of rubles. So let's see what we can do about this. But unfortunately, look at how fast the fire engine's going. Oh, okay, all right. Well, we can do this. Come on, video game. We can do this. Let's keep an eye on. Let's keep an eye on the Petrograd Technical Services. As soon as the Petrograd Technical Services is done, buy as many trucks as we can, and then immediately get started. Plow in the other direction, please. Actually, plow in both directions. Plow in both directions. Plow across the bridge. We're not going to make it, are we? We are not going to make it. Oh, man, that's so frustrating. Come on. Go, 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 go. Oh, my God. We're not going to... Okay, well, there's no point in overtaking the snowplow and then immediately having to go slow. Oh, God. I don't even want to think about the total material damage, 12,000 rubles. It's so much more than that, though. It's so much more than that. It's so much more than that because that was a really significant amount of steel there. You know what? There's a lesson to be learned here. Always build snowplows. Always build your flippin' snowplows. Don't skimp on the snowplows, otherwise you'll be in trouble. Ladies and gents, thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Workers Resources Soviet Republic. A little bit of a weird one today, actually, but kind of a good one. A little bit of a bridging episode in as much as I'm taking out continuous bridging loans. But either way, the point is that we are very, very, very close to just finishing off a whole bunch of really, really large construction projects. So I'm pretty optimistic that over the next episode or so, we're going to be able to get there. I might skip forward in time a little bit, just to see if we can sort of advance the pace of the building somewhat. But you know, we'll do that between episodes, so you don't have to watch. Anyway, folks, thank you very, very much for watching. Thanks as ever to the fantastic support over on the Patreon page, patreon.com/shopwithpotato. Thanks to Banana, Ananas, C-Senpai, and Aurelio for being the $3 $25+ plus tier patrons. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.